Hi everybody, it's Annette with the Art of Intuition, and today we're going to talk about forgiveness. I think. I've tried to do this video like 5 times, and every time I say a different word, I don't say forgiveness. But today, I want to get through it, and we're going to talk about forgiveness. The energy of forgiveness. So, the most important thing to remember about forgiveness is it really shouldn't exist at all, right? If you think about everything on a very high perspective and on a soul level, everything that was ever done to us, we ask people to do. So what are we forgiving? Now, that's from a very high perspective on a soul level. Everything that was done to us, everything we did to someone else, we did because, you know, we made that agreement. We made that contract, that pact a long time ago, before we came here, that we're going to do this. I'm going to do something to you that's going to be pretty terrible, and it's going to show you never to give your power away again. It's going to show you to never compromise again. That's what I'm going to try to show you. I'm going to show you that nothing outside of you matters as much as yourself. Whatever the lesson was. And if you look back at everyone you feel like, what's the flip side of forgiveness? It's victim, right? We feel like we're victimized. We feel like we were taken advantage of. We feel like we were kind of the victim in the story. You know, in that part of the play, you want people to feel sorry for us, in a sense. Because if people didn't feel sorry, or that person might not have that feeling sorry, we don't feel sorry, then you don't seek forgiveness from someone, or you don't ask forgiveness from someone. So, forgiveness. How do you forgive when you know you shouldn't really have to, right? Because on a soul level, everyone asks for it. But the human aspect of us, it sometimes needs to forgive, right? So our human aspect might be a small aspect of us, even though for a lot of people, and sometimes even when you're super conscious, your little human comes in and it starts to kind of run the show a little bit. It needs to forgive. You know, it kind of needs to clean the slate sometimes. But one thing about forgiveness is, you know, do it one time. You forgive everything one time. You imagine the freedom in that, to just say everything that was ever done to me, everything I ever did, and usually that's a little bit harder, is what we did to someone else. We can really beat ourselves up over what we did to another person. How do you forgive that? Do forgiveness once. One time forgive, then it's done. If you find yourself continually having to forgive someone, or to continually having to forgive yourself, you didn't do it the first time. One time. And feel the freedom and the peace in that when you're really ready to say, I forgive you. It doesn't matter anymore. Everyone that ever did anything to us, or we did to someone else, was to push them to a higher vibrational reality. It was really a favor, no matter what it was. And for some people, and even, you know, all of us really, sometimes that can feel hard. Or human, it feels hard anyway. So just remember, we forgive once. And then that's it. And really set with that. Because once you can master the energy of forgiveness, and you do it one time, and you move on, you realize that there really was never anything to forgive, and there's a sense of freedom in that, especially when we forgive ourselves. So, the energy of forgiveness. Do some exercises with that. Forgiving everything in one foul swoop, and moving on to the next amazing phase of whatever it's going to be. And keep practicing the art of intuition.